Do you know what Michigan is?
I heard a little bit about it. Don't know much. I haven't really talked about it in school or anything.
I see. Welcome to the first episode of How to Be a Gen Z. Today we have Jace as our first guest.
Hey, guys.
So for those of you who don't know, which is a surprising amount of people who don't know, Michigan was a school shooting. Forgot how many people died.
I don't know.
Let's look that up real quick because I really don't want to be talking out of my ass for this. Okay, Michigan school shooting. We got killing 4 students and injuring 7 other people. Okay, so that's pretty bad. Okay, when you go to school, you know, and 4 of your peers get shot and killed and 7 other people are also injured, it's really not a good look. And when I was talking about this in school, like just asking, like, oh, did you hear about what happened in Michigan? That's fucking crazy. People were like, what's Michigan? I was like, yo, that's the problem. These are the issues in our world that are going to shape social change, and people have no idea like what's going on. How?
Usually when you hear about a school shooting, like anywhere, they usually talk about it in school, like at least in your social studies class.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually talked about. I don't know what's so different from this one, but I haven't heard a single thing about it in school.
I think it's because we're all so desensitized about it too.
It's happened so much that
So
it's
many
just
times. Like, it's scary. My reaction to it when I first found out was like, oh, okay, another school shooting.
There's another one. Like, it's horrible the way it is. Like, I'm looking at something right now where he killed 4 students, injured 7 others, including a teacher. Apparently, this has been the deadliest one since the Santa Fe shooting in 2018, and no one's talked about it.
No one's talked about it. I literally, like, how crazy is that? And when you first heard the news, what was your reaction?
I was just like, I kind of didn't have that much of a reaction. Like, it happens every so often that it's just not that surprising to hear anymore. Like the other, however long ago it was, you heard about the Travis Scott Astro World.
Oh yeah, they're making a documentary on that on Hulu.
Yeah, like I just heard about that, and I wasn't even like, I was just like, oh, it's just another thing that happened that we're just so used to hearing that it's not even something that blows our minds anymore. Like back when our parents were kids, if they heard about a school shooting, it would have been talked about everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Like Columbine was not our parents' generations. Your parents are younger than my parents, I think. My parents are like, my mom's turning 50 and my dad's like 54.
Oh, my parents
52.
are older.
Oh, really? They look great for their age. I couldn't tell. I thought they were like 40.
Thank you, Scotty. Thank you.
Okay, whatever. But like, point being is they grew up in high school in the 80s, not in the 90s. Columbine was 99, but like, I think the reactions from Columbine were much like, wow, this is crazy.
Well, because that was the first thing anyone's heard about.
That was like the first, I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, but I think that was like one of the first larger, like, holy shit moments where it's like, this is an actual problem where this can like happen and what can we do to stop it. And the fact that we haven't done much to stop it and it's still happening now 22 years down the line is a little scary. Like, I have to go to school and be nice to the fucking kid in the back who's always looking at his Chromebook, typing away, you know, jotting down whatever he's jotting down, probably names in his fucking notebook in the back because someone just talks shit to him. You know, I got to be nice to him, and I got to tell him, hey, man, your shoes look great today.
Well, you got to be nice to everyone because you don't know how anyone's going to react to anything anymore.
Exactly.
You could accidentally bump into someone in the hallway and say sorry, and you just get rocked in the face just because they're having a bad day.
No, it's crazy. Everyone's, like, so unpredictable now, and it's scary. And then social media, too, brings a whole nother element into it. Like, you get cyberbullied, and the kid can just show up to school tomorrow and just pop you in the head.
And you would have no clue.
No clue. And this is America. You get a gun.
We're going to be honest here. You buy a gun. A kid takes his dad's gun. The kid throws it in his backpack. The kid doesn't tell anyone. The kid comes to school. The kid whips it out in the middle of his classroom. There is nothing anyone in that classroom can do.
You don't even know it's in their backpack. That's the issue. If there's kids that can sneak 2 ounces of weed into school, you can sneak a firearm into school.
Easily.
Do you know how, like... Do you understand the danger of that? Like,
it's horrible.
That's fucking horrible. And I honestly don't know how we would like fix that. Maybe metal detectors, but do you know how much of a hassle that would be?
Also, it's like it makes our school like a jail.
Pretty much, yeah. But like, if it guarantees safety, then like, I guess. I don't know. But
I mean, our school's not thinking like that, and nowhere else is thinking like that. The only schools that have metal detectors are the schools in like inner cities where like they have to worry about that.
But do you know how scary that thought is to where anybody can have a weapon on them?
Well, we live in Syosset. In all honesty,
a lot of parents
we shouldn't be scared. We've never been scared because we've grown up so protected by our parents that we have no clue what the real world is like. And there'll be kids who will tell you they know what the real world is like, but they have honestly no idea because
they've never
seen anything.
Yeah.
Okay, you've been to the city 2 times, you've seen a gun before, you've gone hunting with your dad. Like, it's all been under supervision, you've all been protected. Like, there's never been a chance, like, in the city where these kids grow up sometimes without, like, a parent figure to, like, be there and tell them what's good and what's right, like, wrong, what's right and what's wrong, and people just have no clue what they're doing.
Right. No idea. It's a scary thought. And the fact that people have guns who don't know the difference between left and right is fucking scary. Okay? There are people in the world who are just so blind to everything and so stupid. Like, are you ever driving? You have your license. You're driving. Some moron doesn't know how to drive, and they just cut you off. They just can't see you. Because they're stupid. They're blind. They're blind to their surroundings. They're not checking their mirrors. And the fact that those people can own a gun, people like that can own a gun and just, like, think about...
Well, here's another thing. You can own a gun legally own a gun before you can buy alcohol. Legally buy alcohol and drink alcohol. That is
stupid. In America, the drinking age is 21. Now, that's not a federal law. My history teacher is telling me this. It's a state law. State by state, it's different, but it just so happens everyone chooses 21. I can join the military to shoot guns, learn how to kill, before I can fucking drink a beer legally.
3 years later.
Not
like a year later. 3 years.
I can't smoke cigarettes. I can't use any tobacco products, nicotine products, drink. But I can join the military, learn how to fly a fucking Apache attack helicopter, and go fuck some people up.
Don't get me wrong. Guns are awesome. Everyone loves guns. It's the Second Amendment to have guns. Like, just straight up, that's how it's always been. Like, they're not going to change that, and that's how it's going to be forever. There will be a continuous fight, but it's not going to change.
It's not so much that... Okay, I think guns are cool.
Yeah,
right.
Everyone does.
I think not everywhere. There's people who really hate guns.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like they're cool.
But I can respect guns, and I respect why people like. I want to shoot a gun. I've never shot a gun.
Me too.
I want to shoot a gun? I really want to shoot a gun.
Why would you not want to?
But then I understand, like, okay, yeah, but the rules around getting a gun is way too loose, bro. That's way too loose.
Yeah, they are really loose, but that's just how it'll be. Some places you're never going to be able to say otherwise to that, because let's say they...
Well, why not?
Because let's say they strengthen how hard it is to get a gun.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me you can't just text someone to buy you a gun. There will be more illegal trafficking of guns if they make it harder to get a gun.
Okay, obviously, but then...
Which would promote more crime, and it would be way easier to get a gun than just walking into a store and having to run a background check.
Yeah, but I'd rather have that because there'd be less guns on the street.
I guess so. Well, there would be more on the street being sold.
Yeah, but that's the probability of... It's just like lowers. You know what I mean? Like, it's just lower. Because if I can go into Walmart and just get a fucking gun, that's a problem right there.
In a Walmart.
In a fucking Walmart.
That's
where they sell diapers 12 aisles
Walmart's got
over.
everything.
Walmart's got everything. You know, like... It's just, it's strange.
Well, I actually read something in English the other day. We were doing a project on guns and how they're viewed at differently all over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we view at guns just like a normal thing. Like, they're cool. Like, sometimes people go hunting around here, not often. We want to do stuff with it. But, like, there's places, like, in Texas, they have, like, shooting teams at, like, every school where they shoot for fun, and it's part of their life, and it's a huge part of their life.
Guns aren't weapons to them. They're tools.
They're tools to them.
They're tools to them, not weapons.
Well, because they view guns differently than we do here. They view guns as like a part of like who they are, like society, like a normal part of society. While we view guns, since we've been so protected our whole lives, we view guns as like this super dangerous thing that can kill anyone and everything.
I think it's not so much protection, but I think so much is education.
Yeah, and also... People have to remember, no one forgets, the people down there learn gun. Like, if their parents shoot guns and it's like a thing in their family, then they learn proper safety and they're safer in the end. When we just learn that it's this crazy thing that can kill everyone, and it has nothing to do with the person behind it, which is not true at all, because the person behind it has everything to do with it.
And back to like where I was saying, like, okay, you got a parent, right? The same guy who cut you off in traffic, completely oblivious of their surroundings, no idea what's going on. Let's say they own a gun in their house. They have a high school student, and they're just like, oblivious to their surroundings. They forget to lock the gun. Little Jimmy has a horrible day. He could just grab the gun. There needs to be more. It needs to be enforced more to where people need to
understand the power of
a weapon.
Power of a weapon.
It can be a tool, but it can also be a weapon.
Tool, but people need to understand to use it as a tool and not as a weapon. Unless if there's like a dire situation where it's totally you're in the right.
I think it's just like people need to understand how dangerous it is and how accessible it is, and people need to respect the power that a weapon like that can hold, and the fact that it can be a tool and it can be used as a weapon. Like us as New Yorkers, we have very strict gun laws here, right? But over in fucking, I don't know, let's say maybe Texas, where they have looser gun laws. Since I've stayed in New York my whole life, I don't understand the why they need guns in Texas like that or whatever, but I can respect why, because maybe it's a part of their culture or whatever.
It's part of their society.
It's a part of their society. Like, I can get that, right? But as long as they have proper training and as long as they understand the weight that thing can carry and the damage it can cause.
Here's the thing. The gun has been in their family, and parents teach kids down there, since it's such a normal part of their life, parents teach kids that this is just a tool. We're not taught it. If everyone was taught that a gun is just a tool, there would be and not a weapon. We're only up here. The only thing we're taught is that guns are weapons. We're not taught about how they can be used to help you or anything.
Like,
at all.
I had an English teacher tell me last year. He said when he went to go to college, he grew up on Long Island. Like what I was saying before, we don't understand guns as well as say someone in Texas does and the weight it carries. So when he went to college and he went to somewhere more like a rural, more, where guns are more accepted in that area, everybody in his college dorm had a shotgun. And it was a normal thing to just carry it around and be cleaning it on the dorm bed and not reloading it, like just like making sure everything was clean, running effectively, yada, yada, yada. Versus like it's a normal part of, because to them it's not a weapon, it's a tool for hunting. It's the same thing as how we play lacrosse, and because we're Northeasterners, East Coast people play lacrosse. Yeah. So it's the same thing as a lacrosse stick to us. Like how we view a lacrosse stick is the same way they view a shotgun. Which is, I can understand that. I can totally get that.
Well, yeah, if you're brought up a certain way and it's just a part of your culture and society, just how it's almost compared to how it's just a sport to them, like lacrosse is, or like basketball or football or soccer or anything. Parents puts their kid in a soccer league or a basketball league or lacrosse playing at 3 years old. Parents in Texas put their kids, teach them gun safety when their kid is 5. That kid's been around guns his whole life. That kid's known a gun as a tool. It's used for sport, hunting, shooting things. It's a sport. They're shooting in the Olympics.
Have you seen the test that to get your gun license?
No.
Have you seen that? That thing is the most easy thing ever.
What is it?
A 9-year-old can pass it. Okay, they've literally done YouTube videos. They gave 9-year-olds and elementary schoolers the gun test, and 9-year-olds can pass it. It needs to be, things like that need to be more thorough. Not so much it needs to be harder to get a weapon. It just needs to be harder for dumb people to get a weapon. You know what I mean? People who are oblivious to their surroundings and they don't care enough about because think about it. If you care and you respect the power that gun can have, you're going to do more research on it so you can properly, you could be more safe handling, versus people who really just want it just because fuck it, guns are cool. Like, we need to exclude people from that. Like, yeah, you can have people who are like, okay, fuck it, guns are cool, but they also need to have the mentality where it's like, okay, fuck it, guns are cool, but I can totally understand how this can go sideways.
Yeah, and we're talking about guns right now, but I wanted to talk about people talking about guns for a second. Okay. Like what we're doing right now. People will speak on this topic with knowing nothing about it. Like,
I'm not even going to lie. I really have no knowledge on weapons that, like, I play Call of Duty, okay? Yeah. Like, I've never shot a gun in my life. I know people have guns. My uncle has plenty. He lives in Texas, and he's a veteran. So, like, I think a lot of veterans have
I've done enough research to the point where I can have a conversation with someone, like, and be smart about it and say things that are true, unlike someone who has no clue. Like, people will tell you, even like politicians, they have no clue talking about. I was talking about this in school the other day. People will talk about how AR, like an AR-15 means assault rifle when it just doesn't.
AR
mean
does
that.
not stand for assault rifle.
Does not stand for that. And I was talking to my class, and I was like, I just wanted to say to everyone in here, I can guarantee no one in here knows what AR and AR-15 means. And then someone said, doesn't it just mean assault rifle? And I was like, no, that's not what it means.
SMH,
it means Armalite rifle, which is
the company that makes it.
Yeah. And no one knows that, and those people will argue with you until they can't stand anymore just because you're in the wrong because you don't agree with what they are saying, which doesn't make sense because they don't even know the name of it and what it is and how much power it has and anything about it. People know no specifics about it.
Yeah. Like, I didn't find out that AR and AR-15 meant Armalite until, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
For my whole life.
No one knows
I was thinking
about
an AR meant, I was so confident that it meant assault rifle.
No one knows about it.
I had no idea. That just shows I'm guilty of it too, where I'm really trying to argue for something when I really don't do any research on my own. Research is so important. But then again, you have motherfuckers who do research on Facebook.
And that's just opinion based, so people have no clue.
Okay.
Like, people will see one Instagram post about how guns are bad, and they describe an assault rifle 15, which makes no sense at all.
That makes no sense. It's not even about guns. It's about everything. There are so many people, typically older, mind you, who will literally like do all their research on Facebook about everything and come to a formal conclusion about a political issue or like a global geopolitical issue based on the research they've done on Facebook. What the fuck?
And people, honestly, nowadays, people are so... You cannot have a conversation with someone if they have different political beliefs than you. Like, I've seen with my own eyes people not hang out with certain people anymore just because they have different political beliefs. Like, we are in high school. Right. How old are you, Scotty?
I'm 16.
I'm 17. Political beliefs should not be getting in the way of a friendship.
We're children.
We're literally kids. We should not be talking politics. Sure, we can talk about it, but
I think it's important to know what's going on.
Out of a friendship. It's important to know what's going on, but it's if someone wants to think one way and you want to think your own way, just let them think that way, and then that's perfectly fine.
Just agree.
You should not tell people what to think. That's wrong.
Right.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinions.
Both sides are very wrong about that. You know, both sides love to argue, hey, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, right?
Yeah.
But then they're shutting out the other people's opinion at the same time. Like, I think me and you have very different political beliefs.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say. Like, say if Trump was, not even Trump, a Republican is running 2024 versus Democrat, doesn't matter about the arguments. Let's say both of them have equally as good arguments for why they should be argued, right? Now, would you vote Republican or Democrat?
Well, it depends. I don't really know.
That's fair. Okay. So, like, you're middle-leaning right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm middle-leaning left. So we are different. But we're still able to maintain a friendship.
Because we don't let anything get in the way of it. Like, even if one of us says something about a politic and we like this side or something, you're going to say, oh, I can see why you like that.
Yeah,
but
that's fair. I understand it, but I don't agree.
I don't agree. That's perfectly fine because we're not letting it get in the way of what we believe.
Mm-hmm. And, like, the fact that I've seen people literally tell people to their face, like, okay, there are so many stories where there's people that aren't friends anymore. I'm like, oh, what happened? Oh, they were this. They supported this, like, this thing. Okay, that's, like, I get it, right? But if it's, okay, that's different. If there's, like, a genocide happening and you're supporting the genocide, then maybe you shouldn't be friends with that person. Okay, maybe you shouldn't be friends with that person if they're supporting the genocide.
A simple thing where, like, there's just a politician, like, it's not that serious. It's really not that serious.
If you disagree, America's always been built upon two sides that were always different. And we've always, I don't want to say managed to make do, because there's definitely been moments in our history where we've remained stagnant. But I think
Civil War.
Yeah, that was bad. But
yeah, that was bad. Let's talk about that. Civil War, that was bad.
That was bad. I remember like when I was in the Civil War.
Yeah, I remember when I was fighting also.
Oh my God, it was crazy.
That was a good time.
That was fun. It was scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Scary, but it's a good time.
Well,
good time all around.
So, like, there's moments in time in our history where the two sides between Democrat and Republican are more split than ever, and I feel like right now we're at one of those points where it's just like so separated. But overall, we've managed to make it past these areas in time, not because we stayed on separate sides and yelled at each other for it, but because we were able to just respect each other and have a conversation. I've never seen a moment in history where it was solved by two people yelling at each other, like solved peacefully and successfully by two people yelling at each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have to be able to move your pride aside and listen to the other person talk and hear what they have to say.
Push your ego away for a second.
Yeah, fucking swallow that pride, man. Swallow that pride, because that pride ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Take the other person's opinion into consideration. Maybe you'll agree with it. Maybe it'll change your mind. Maybe you won't like it. And if you don't like it, just say, that's cool. I totally understand that, but I don't agree with that, and the conversation should be over.
Mm-hmm. And
that person shouldn't say back, well, you should agree with it because what you're saying is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say that because you don't know what they think. Like, we could have a political conversation, and then I could say something that you might not agree with, and then you could say, you should not believe that, but you don't know the reasons as to why I believe that. Like, I have this conversation with my parents. My parents have different beliefs than me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk to my parents, and I'll say something, and then they'll say, why do you think that? Like, you're not supposed to think that because you're not allowed to, basically. They don't say that exactly, but they're basically telling me that, like, I can't have my own opinions in a way.
What are their exact words, though?
It's more like, where do you know this from? Are you just listening to your friends again?
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, I've done all my research myself. I have my own reasons as to why I believe this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that. You should not tell me that. It's basically them telling me that I'm a moron. I shouldn't be saying that. But, like, they don't know.
That's fair. You know, I think I'll see it on social media all the time in real places. People, one of the catchphrases is, where did you get your sources from? Check your sources. Both sides are saying that. You know what I mean? Like, both sides are saying that. So, just for example, if I believe if you're wrong for saying something, you believe I'm wrong if you disagree with me. You believe I'm wrong just as much as I believe you're wrong.
Yeah.
So, like, you need to be able to just set everything aside. And I think the argument's going to go nowhere if you believe it's an argument. It should be discussion. And two, if you have the preset mentality that you're right and they're wrong, you're not going to go anywhere. That even goes for relationships. You know what I mean? If you run into an issue in a relationship and you really want to, it's all about compromise. Like, you want to find a middle ground to where both of you can remain happy and healthy, right? You should never always try to be right. That's what I feel. You know, like, if you're in a relationship and you start arguing with somebody, it should never be, I'm right, you're wrong. Let me tell you why. It should be like, okay,
unless if there's a distinct reason.
Unless they fucking cheat on you.
Yeah,
then they're wrong.
Unless there's a distinct fucking reason as to why they should be like, you're wrong, you're not in the right here, I don't care what you're saying, that's wrong.
Right.
Which there is not that many situations as which that occurs where you can't just talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, like, talk. You know what I mean? Like, I've even in friendships where there was an issue in a friendship where it was like, okay, I'm not happy with this. I'm not going to tell the guy, like, you're wrong for thinking that. I'm going to just be like, okay, why do you feel that way? And let's figure it out.
Yeah. People need to realize.
People need to just, relax a little bit. Oh, my God. Everybody's carrying out so much anger with them today.
Yeah,
everybody's got so much anger. Not even about politics. You bump into somebody, bro. They're like, watch where you're going. I'm like, well, shit, bro. You expect me to really not, like, okay, it happens. I bump into you, okay? Like, big deal. Just
you get a dirty look from someone just from wearing a certain color shirt.
Like, and then they'll be like, pink doesn't look good on him.
Like, shut up.
Shut the fuck up. I'm going to wear pink if I want to wear pink, bro.
Who's this coming from? You? I don't care about your opinions about what I'm wearing.
I do shit. I dress how I dress because I like it. Not for you, motherfucker. Stupid shit. My God. Like, yeah, I don't know. That's so stupid. But, I wonder if these twinkling lights will be like a distraction.
Maybe.
I really wonder. We'll see feedback. If it is, then we'll take it down. Yeah. I really want to keep it for the Christmas feeling. Like,
got a Christmas feeling. You're right. It's got a cute feeling.
You know what I mean? Christmas. I really am happy with what I did with this. Very satisfied.
It's a very nice setup. It's a good setup. First episode. Went pretty well. It's not done yet. I know. It's going pretty well.
It's going pretty good.
Going pretty well.
Going pretty well. For the people who are watching this, not listening, it looks like the whole room is covered in black foam. Yeah, watching and listening. The whole room looks like it's covered in this foam. Newsflash, it's not.
Yeah, we're teenage kids filming out of one of our rooms. So
yeah, it's basically like an extra attic thing. It's like,
yeah,
it's a big closet basically. I just made do with what I got. I poured way too much money into this. Okay.
Just talking about normal issues in our society.
I need this to work.
And how they should be solved.
Yeah. Not saying that we can formulate a, proper opinion on anything.
Yeah, we're just giving our
2 cents
feedback, giving our feedback as to what we think people should do.
So the older generation knows what's going on inside of our head.
Exactly.
Gen Z, baby.
Know how to understand a Gen Z. Or know how to be a Gen Z.
How to be a Gen... What's the best way to understand something? When you have empathy and try to be it, okay? How to be a Gen Z. Your
Take
parent,
a step in our shoes.
Take a step in our shoes. Your parents, you got parents that don't understand where you're coming from? Show them this podcast. Because how to be a Gen Z. Wow. Now they will understand you from watching 2 Gen Z people
Exactly.
talking.
It's so simple.
It's such a simple concept. So if you know people who don't understand Gen Z, share this podcast with them and let them understand. Enlighten them a little bit.
Give them a little bit of
give me some viewership too. God damn. I need some viewership.
Yeah.
Yeah, just gonna do a quick. Yep. Shout out to Rob Appelblatt. Rob Appelblatt-Jappelblatt. Jace's father, aspiring musician. His music is great. Country, folk.
Everyone go listen to it. Rob Appelblatt on Spotify, Apple Music.
If you listen to the song Break of Dawn, it's a good song. You should listen to it.
Good song.
Really good song.
Good music video with it also.
Yeah, he's got his album out called Weather Vane. Go check it out. He's a good looking guy.
Yeah.
Good looking guy. I'll be happy to cook you guys breakfast again.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, there's one time where I cooked breakfast for your family. Yeah, like I went over to Jace's house and then his parents were like, okay, if you're gonna, just wake up tomorrow and I'm expecting breakfast.
Well, they were joking just because they know you're like Scotty Cook. Scotty's an amazing chef, everyone.
Okay.
Just so you know.
I thought they were like dead ass. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Well, no. They were 100% dead ass, but like it was like a joke because they know you wouldn't mind it because they know you're a good cook.
Okay.
Like if we said no, they would have been like, all right, fine, you don't have to.
Okay, yeah. I thought like they were being like super serious.
No.
I was like, oh, okay, I actually have to cook these people. I was like, oh my god. But I did it anyways.
It was good.
It was good.
It was a solid breakfast.
I
give it like a 9.5 out of 10.
That's what we like to hear. I did 2 slices of bread. I cut a hole in the middle with a cup, and then I threw them on the pan with some butter, put some eggs in there, some bacon, and then did the same thing with the other piece of toast. And then I cut it, and then the thing oozes out. All the yolk.
It was cool.
It was cool.
All the teenage girls would love it. They posted right on Instagram stories.
You think so? They would post on with the avocado on the side,
avocado on the
top
side,
and shit,
oozing egg out of it.
Yeah, man. Oh my god.
They would love it.
They would fucking love that. They'd be posting that shit everywhere. Oh yeah. So talking to you. So you know how you have, so your sister is dating this guy, and then they have this friend group, right? So one of their names is, we'll just say fucking Justin. Okay, Justin, right? Justin, I told Justin I go over to your house sometimes and I cook your family dinner, right?
Yeah.
Which is not true. I mean, I cook dinner for you, and sometimes your family eats it.
Yeah.
Okay, but like,
well, we cook dinner for us. We just buy food, go to our house, my house, or your house, and just cook it. Because why not?
So I was just joking. I was like, next time I see you at the house, say there's 6 people over, I'm going to make 5 servings because fuck you. And then he started getting tight. He wasn't actually tight, but he was like, oh my God, he's the guy, I'm going to turn around. It was funny. I think we should do that. That would be such a funny thing. That would be funny. If we make 6 servings for 7 people, then they're just going to have to.
It's just someone would split it. Someone would have to.
They're going to have to duel it out.
Someone would have to split it.
No, I want this piece. No, you can't have it. Like, it would be so funny to see. They're just like duel it out. Just like little mind fucks with people. Fucking with people's minds.
Fuck with people.
Do you ever fuck
Welcome
with
to Gen Z, everyone.
Yeah, you ever fuck with people's minds for fun?
Yeah.
Like, what are your mind tricks? Like,
I don't know, man. There's a lot of them. It's just simple stuff that confuses people.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll just like check my watch. I don't have a watch.
Yeah, sometimes I'll ask people a question about like something random that's not related to anything they were talking about. They'll be
out
like,
of nowhere.
What?
Like, you just catch them off guard. Like, I'll just look at my watch. I do this all the time now. It's a habit. I'll look at my watch that's not there, and people are like, what time is it? But, like, I have a really good internal clock, so I can guess around the time, and I'll be like, oh, it's like 2:17. They're like, they check their phones, like, it's 2:15. I was like, I have a watch. 2 minutes behind. Sorry. Yeah, but then the way I got to keep that gig up is by checking the time periodically so I can, like, see, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice light bulb.
A little ASMR action for Gen Z, everyone.
Yeah, just for everybody. ASMR. You ever watch ASMR?
I think ASMR has been taken a few steps too far. I was actually on TikTok the other day.
Oh my God.
Just
There's a TikTok.
Just like everyone else.
ASMR epidemic on TikTok right now.
I actually saw a video. It was of inside of a toilet bowl.
No.
A kid was taking a shit.
No, you're kidding.
Caught one of them and squeezed it for ASMR.
No.
Full on, not joking. Video had like a sensitivity warning. It was disgusting.
Oh my God.
It was just right there, out in the open. What the fuck is Gen Z?
That's crazy. Y'all are wild out. For those of you who are on TikTok holding your own shit for views,
you're a fucking psychopath.
You're a psychopath. Stop.
Get off TikTok.
You're going to get sick.
Leave.
You're going to get sick.
You're going to catch diseases from your own body.
You're going to get pink eye too, and you're going to spread it to your whole family just because you thought it'd be funny.
You're going to wake up in the night with crusty eyes from pink eye.
Oh my God. That's disgusting. I got to restart the camera on that because it only records up to 30 minutes. So you just tell something.
Well, guys, now we're waiting for Scotty to fix the camera. As you can see, we got a little bit of a janky setup. Well, we said we're filming from a little room in a teenager's room.
No, I don't think people...
There's not foam all over the walls.
I don't think people understand that, though. Okay, so like I looked it up. My camera has a cap for recording for only 29 minutes and 59 seconds. Because if it films over 30 minutes, then it's considered a video camera and the taxes are higher on it for import.
Oh.
So that's why this is a photo camera, but it has the ability to record video only up to 30 minutes. That's why. So I have to buy two video cameras now because I'm using my phone right now. Hi, everybody.
Smart.
Quality's not great. It's just all about loopholes.
I feel like this is the first episode, so it can be a little bit longer, but we both know people in Gen Z have no attention span. So
it's fair enough.
Might have to cut it down a little bit after this.
Yeah, no. We've only been going for 32 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all.
Not at all.
I think 45 minutes is like a sweet spot. Because there's enough time where you can shuffle around and like find topics that you like and find moments and whatever. But like this first episode is all about figuring it out. I'm so excited for this project.
Yeah, this is
I'm super excited.
Because anyone can do this.
Anybody.
Anyone could just pick something they want to talk about and go talk about that if they love that.
My podcast doesn't have a theme. It's whatever the guest wants to talk about.
It's Gen Z.
Gen Z, baby. We let it hang out. We let it all hang out.
Sometimes you just talk.
We let it fly.
Somewhere you'll want to listen, help understand Gen Z.
We let it fly. We let it fly. We let everything
Scotty Wong, everyone.
We let everything fly. First episode. Yeah, we let everything fly. We let everything hang out.
Yeah.
We just go with the flow, you know?
As you can see, we're literally talking about the podcast on the podcast. We're not very skilled at this, but we're making best. We're
making do, you know?
We're doing it.
Except, do you want to go get food after this, or are you not hungry?
I can eat a little bit.
You eat a little bit? Chipotle, maybe?
Yeah, maybe I'll think about
Another Chipotle?
I don't know, maybe.
Macca's?
I'll think about it.
Yeah, so we have this supermarket called Lidl.
Oh, it's so nice.
Lidl. It's basically Aldi, but a different name.
It's basically just really cheap food for some reason.
It's super suspicious.
It's really suspicious.
Like I could get a pizza pie for $5. Like a full-size pizza pie for $5.
Yeah, you could buy like a full steak for like $4.99.
I don't know how I feel about eating it, but it fills me up and it does the job.
It's definitely good.
Listen, I'm a high school student. I don't have money, okay? I have a job and I work, I really don't get that much pay. So like in total, if I want to cook dinner with my boys, I'm going to go to Lidl. It's cheap.
Pick up some quick food, go back to the kitchen,
whip it up. Whip it up.
We make fire meals, by the way.
Fire meals.
You can place an order, we'll deliver it to you.
We'll deliver it to you.
Fire meals.
Fire meals. Whatever you want, request it. I'll figure out how to make it. We'll make it. It may not be good by any means.
Oh, no, it'll be good. It'll be good.
It'll be great.
It'll be really good.
It'll be fire. But I don't have much money for food.
Yeah, but we're making it work.
Remember when we were eating out all the time? Do you remember that before we ended up figuring out we could cook?
Yeah.
Do you know how much money we spent at that fucking diner? Holy shit, the diners on Long Island.
Bro.
The diners on Long Island are stupid expensive.
Scotty spent like $40 on a turkey.
It was open face. Okay, if you're gonna go to the diner and you don't you don't order an open faced turkey, what the fuck are you doing, bro? What the fuck are you doing? It's gas. It's so good. It's good as shit.
I'm not really a big turkey guy.
So what'd you eat on Thanksgiving? Fucking chicken? Get out of here, bro.
I don't know. My family made some mac and cheese. It was pretty gas. I'm not gonna lie.
Mac and cheese is a very good Thanksgiving food.
It was good.
What'd you do for Thanksgiving?
Went to my cousin's house for the first night, or just Thanksgiving, and then the next day I went up to New Jersey to see my dad's side of the family.
Oh, you hit 2 in 1?
Yeah, 2.
We don't do that. We do mom's side Thanksgiving, dad's side Christmas.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we just did both for whatever. Why not?
Y'all got the time for that.
Yeah.
My God, like, I love Thanksgiving and I love Christmas, but someone really tried to argue with me that Thanksgiving was better than Christmas. That's like, you're Jewish. That's like saying Thanksgiving's better than fucking Hanukkah.
I mean, I don't really celebrate Hanukkah that much.
Do you celebrate Christmas? You just don't celebrate holidays?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay.
We're not really like the most Orthodox Jewish family. We don't really do anything.
You're not religiously Jewish, but you're Jewish descent. Is that?
Yeah.
Does that
really
do it justice?
Anything. Like, we barely celebrate.
Did you have a bar mitzvah?
No.
Okay, so there you go. I think it's a good gauge.
Yeah.
Like Ryan Rosenberg didn't have a bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Ryan Rosenberg is a kid in our school who was Jewish, but just like Jace.
Yeah.
Not really Jewish, but Jewish. He's changing. I think he's converting, actually.
To Christian?
Yeah.
Wow, maybe I'll do that.
Your parents might kill you.
No, it's just so I could celebrate Christmas. My uncle did that.
I'm not confirmed Christian. I celebrate Christmas.
Well, yeah.
The Christmas spirit is for everybody.
He converted to Christian.
Converted to Christmas.
All right. All right, guys.
All right, guys. Yeah. Converted to Christmas. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I need new guitar strings.
Yeah.
That's it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. If anybody's interested in this and they see, potential for this to grow, hit me up for sponsorships, bro. Like, I need to have some sponsorships.
You want to be a guest?
You want to be a guest?
You got something to talk about?
Hop on.
Join up.
Hop on. If you own a water company, Liquid Death. If you own a water company and you really want to sponsor me, hit me up. You don't even have to send me that many water, bro. That many waters. Send me like two cans a fucking month. I don't give a shit.
Plop them down on the desk.
I'll plop them down the desk.
Sponsorship.
We won't even drink it, bro. No.
We want to drink it.
We want to drink it.
We'll
drink.
We'll leave the empty cans there.
No. We'll just refill it with tap water.
No, that's not promoting the company.
Yeah, it is, because you're drinking it, I'm drinking it. People want to be like us because we're cool.
I think them hearing this, they're going to be like, we're not doing that.
All right, listen, Liquid Death, hit me up. Black water, too. Y'all got some dope water. All right?
Yeah, for real.
Black water's
sick.
How do you make black water?
Is it just black food coloring?
I don't think so.
Does it just taste like regular water?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Let us know. Send me a fucking letter to my house.
Send us a black water.
Send us a black water case.
Send us a big case of black water.
Yeah, send us a big case of black water.
We want to try the black water.
We want to try it on the podcast. We'll promote you. Any other companies? Fucking hit me up, man. You don't have to pay me.
Nike.
You don't have to pay me. Just send
We're
me shit.
going big. Nike's going to sponsor us.
Nike's going to sponsor us. This podcast was sponsored by Nike. You need new shoes.
We're going to make it big.
We're going to make it big.
Just do it.
Just do it. By Nike. Yeah. You don't have to pay me. Just send me some shit, bro. You don't have to send me. Just send me stickers. Just say a letter that I can say it's sponsored, and then people will think I'm cool. You know what I mean? I think it's so cool when videos and podcasts like this podcast sponsored. I want sponsors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have a way to promote this shit, do it. All right. Subscribe, follow, do what you gotta do. Send it out to people. Thanks for listening. That's our first episode, baby.
How to be a Gen Z.
How to be a Gen Z. Oops.